Translation purport given by His Divine English Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. All purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the rituals only. Must not desire to elevate to heavenly kingdoms for a better quality of sense gratification. It is not possible for a common man in the age to follow all the rules and regulations of the Vedic rituals, nor is it possible to study all the Vedanta and Upanishads thoroughly. It is required much time, energy, knowledge, and resources to execute the purpose of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy names of the Lord, as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by the great Vedic scholar Prakashananda Saraswati why the Lord was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedanta philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master has found him to be a great fool and thus asked him to chant the holy names of Lord Krishna. He did so and became ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish, not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and the knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Krishna. And the highest Vedantist is a great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Avanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate gram Kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Hare Krishna यावान अर्थ उदापाने सर्वथा संप्लुतोदके तावान सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः all the purposes served by a small well can at once be served by the great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. Now, when we actually think about this, we'll get a clear understanding that if a person is in full consciousness, then no one can cheat him. Because dear devotees, this world is that kind of a place. Let's say if a person is cheating the other person, let's say someone cheated on us. Generally, how we tell this is, you know what, that person, he cheated me. That person is practicing also. He's a practicing devotee also. Still, he cheated me. We generally tend to get a soft corner from everyone because we've been cheated. But what actually our Shastra says, the person who is who got cheated, actually, that person is a big cheater because previously he has done some kind of cheating in his life. Now he is reaping to that. This, if someone is cheating us, we should see like that. For example, some other devotee was being cheated. We should be very compassionate. We cannot tell to them, hey, you know what? Through your karma only this thing happened. Because you are a cheater before, now you've been cheated. This is not right. For us, we should take like that. For others, we should be compassionate. We should be kind to them. Why? Dear devotees, if you actually applying scriptures is also based on time, place, and circumstances. We should know. Practically, we should know how we should react, what we should do. That means all of these things, the consciousness check, the assessment in the heart, trying to trying to find the best solution. These are all within one's own self, not for anyone else, not for anything else. Now, why am I telling that aspect is, if you understand that, dear devotees, Krishna consciousness is a simple process. But for that, we have to be very, very simple. What is the sign of a simplicity? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a scholar. He knows everything. He knows all the Vyakarana. When he is in his young age, Keshav Kashmiri, he is a renowned scholar. Mother Saraswati sits on his tongue. Whatever he speaks, it's true. He is that kind of a person. He comes to Lord Chaitanya. And then Lord Chaitanya was not speaking, but he was just speaking for a week. And then after the whole week of discussion, then he asked, don't you speak anything? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, and that particular stanza, there is a problem here, somewhere in between, 2 days back or 3 days back. He was shell shocked. He said, I don't remember. How could you remember that? Then he was just wondering what's happening. Then Mother Saraswati will come. Oh, it's very important. We discussed about an aspect called dream. We'll discuss that more. So while he was sleeping, I don't use the word called dream anymore now because it is not dream. That is a dream word is in the English dictionary. They don't know. That's why they tell it as dream. But to convey the message, I'll tell dream, but technically it is not dream. It's a different science. It's a subtle science. So in his subtle consciousness, Mother Saraswati will come and tell, you know what, whom you are dealing with. He is a supreme personality of Godhead. You go and surrender to him. Then he goes and surrenders. Now, why am I telling this? Is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knows everything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an expert in Vyakarna, everything. But when he goes to a spiritual master, secret comes. When he goes to his spiritual master, the attitude with which he's submitting his spiritual master is something astonishing. He says, my dear Lord, he says, dear teacher, tell me what is good for me. Then he said, then Ishwarapuri will say, you give up everything. Or leave all the Vyakarna. Keep that all aside. You chant Hare Krishna. He just accepted that as his dear devotee. This is a magnanimity in acceptance. This is a magnanimity in the simplicity. Now, who becomes simple? Who knows everything? The person who knows half and half, he's not simple. He thinks that he knows something. He thinks that he's great. But a person who knows everything, he is simple. Person who knows something, he'll try to find some problem. Oh, this is the problem here. This is the problem here. Oh, you told this line in this way. You should have told this line in this way. Janma karma chame divyam. Oh, you forgot divyam. You told janma karma chame. You did not say divyam. Evam yovite tattva. After that you said. You forgot divyam. It's a problem. This, if we are mixed, if we are fixed in this particular state, we cannot understand Krishna consciousness. Really, dear devotees. Really. Why? Because this is epitome. She's shown by Lord Chaitanya only. Chaitanya Prabhu personally he showed through his life that how a person should be in front of his teacher. Wow, beautiful. I I always want to remember this, dear devotees. You know why? Innocence is a sign, is a quality of a Vaishnava, especially with our superiors, with the Vaishnavas who are advanced. We should be very innocent in front of them. We shouldn't show our Vyakarana. We shouldn't show our greatness in front of them. We should be very simple. If we are simple, if we are losing in front of them, it's a great shelter. That's what exactly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. And after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he chanted for a few days, he felt, oh, ecstatic symptoms are coming. Tears are flowing, coming from his eyes. Hair is standing on the end. It's amazing situation. And then he goes to Vishwapuri again and then would ask him, oh, my dear teacher, this is what is happening. What should I do? And whenever I'm chanting, whenever I'm intensely praying, these things are coming. I'm crying, I'm falling apart. My hair is standing on the air. What should I do? Ishwara said, that is good, you continue. Now, is this only pertaining to that particular pastor? Tears flowing from the eyes, hair is standing on the end. Is it only pertaining to that particular pastor? Or can this be experienced by every devotee? It can. It can be experienced. When Srila Prabhupada, he was chanting Jaya Radha Madhava in Hyderabad temple. He felt ecstatic symptoms while chanting. And he stopped that class in between. He did not begin the class also. Jaya Radha Madhava is chanting in between. Ecstatic symptoms. Tears were coming from his eyes. He stopped. He went inside his room. He did not come out until for the next 2-3 hours. He couldn't come out. So those symptoms are possible. Pure devotee is a manifest. All we need to do is we need to take this as is. We don't have to change any of these things. The only problem in this world is Lord has given us intelligence to use that intelligence in His service, nothing else. But when we begin using that intelligence, we use that intelligence in so many distorted way because we have our own thing, our own intelligence, our own anarthas, kama, krodha, logo, moha, matsara, they come into that because it is subtle. We are impacted through that. Through that impacted consciousness, it is seen in a different way. Just like the Vedas, in the Vedas, when you read, we can understand the essence of the Vedas. But if a person has the understanding of doing sense gratification, that means his ball game is totally changed. That means if you want to go to Cleveland, you have to take Cleveland exit. You cannot take Columbus exit. You'll be going to Columbus. Likewise, if we really want to understand the depths of this Krishna consciousness and experience that, we have to take in whatever way they give us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exactly did that. This is what exactly he tells Prakashananda Saraswati. Prakashananda Saraswati is asking, why are you chanting? Sannyasi should sit and then discuss Vedanta. Why are you roaming in the streets, doing Sankirtana? Why are you why are you chanting this Hare Krishna? What do you have in this Hare Krishna? Then he tells this. He says through his utmost submission to his teacher, he's telling, I don't know what this is, but I'm getting this symptom. Doesn't he knows that? He knows everything. He's telling, I don't know anything. And interesting aspect is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only told them after Prakashananda Saraswati asked them. And even to ask that question, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is keeping himself in such a lowly state. He was actually sitting right next to the place where everyone would wash their feet. Then Prakashananda Saraswati would be was astonished to see that. His heart melted there itself. Through that melted consciousness, he started asking these questions. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is invoking personalism through those personalities, through his endeavor, through his approach of seeking the truth. Because he wanted to share the truth. But he has to find that environment or the facility. So he himself, putting himself in that particular state. Just imagine Supreme Personality of Godhead sitting right next to the place where everyone is washing their feet. That means the Lord is ready to do anything to share the truth. Dear devotees, is this not a clear indication? What exactly when Krishna would meet his intimate friends Srimati Radharani and his gopis and then Manjaris over there in the Kurukshetra, what they were actually discussing, they are actually discussing this, how the conditioned souls in this world can be uplifted. Is that not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing the same thing? Is that not Srila Prabhupada doing the same thing? That means what is this? This is the greatest thing they do. What is? That means Supreme Lord is coming to give the truth. For that, for giving the truth, is ready to take any menial, is ready to do any menial thing. This is the mood of our acharyas. This is the mood. When we see pure souls, when I see my spiritual master, both Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, they carry that state of consciousness. Now, what is the state of consciousness? Beautiful. That means they're ready to do anything to give, to, to uplift a jiva from one state to the other. That means to change their realms from the material consciousness to spiritual consciousness. They're ready to extend so much. This is a beauty in the process. Please understand, when you try to see how these personalities are actually extending themselves. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, see his extension. He's sitting there where everyone would wash their feet. He's ready to do anything just to satisfy that person, Prakashananda Saraswati. Because if he is satisfied, then everyone else, his followers, will all be satisfied. That means he's trying to connect to the root Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If this person would take, just like Jagamadai, Nityananda Prabhu would go to the deepest marketplaces where Jagai Madhav were so much engrossed in the materialistic activities, he understood if these two personalities will become devotees, then all of Navadvip will become devotees. It means they're going to the root. Just like as a sadhaka, we try to see everything through the root. Likewise, these personalities are also going through that root. Why? Because they know if these personalities are taken, then everyone else can be taken. Will take the process. Likewise, in the childhood, if the children are given Krishna conscious, then there is a hope that they will continue the process once they grow up. That is the whole point. Right? That if the children are distorted, why? Where children are distorted, their children are distorted mostly at the schools. If those things are taken care rightly, if that is assessed correctly, then Vishwam Purnam Sukhalaya. Because children, that's a whole point. There's a whole point where Srila Prabhupada mentions as slaughterhouse because the consciousness is so much removed. The so much impersonalism is kept, then personalism is completely taken away. Nobody gives importance to the parents. Nobody gives importance to, they don't respect. Why? Because they feel that they're independent. They're disconnected. That itself is a disconnection. But the problem is, it's very difficult to understand that they're disconnected. This is how the illusion would work. Maya is so powerful that whatever is a dream, it will show as a reality, and whatever is reality, show it as a dream. Krishna consciousness is reality, but that Krishna consciousness is shown as an illusion. This material world is the illusion, but the material world is shown as reality. Oh, who has seen Krishna? Who has seen this process? Who has done this process? Oh, this is not right. That is not right. This cannot be done. That cannot be done. Right now, I have ice cream in my fridge. I can go and eat that. That I can do. That means for me, eating that ice cream is a reality. That means what am I connected? I'm connected to that matter. Matter is very strong. It pulls us in different ways. It doesn't allow us to stay in one state. It will always show various ways to enjoy this material world because we're fixed up in matter. The jiva, the soul, cannot be fixed up there because the jiva has a connection with the supreme. But the jiva has missed that connection. What it is doing, it is taking connection with the matter. Now, that is the whole point. Even in the Vedas or even in the Upanishads, when someone speaks about if you do this, you'll get this, if you do that, you'll get this, people get attracted to that. Why? Because they're trying to seek happiness through that. That's the whole point why everyone is married. Why they will be married, dear devotees? Tell me. Why our parents told us to get married? You'll be happy. They'll tell you, you'll be happy. They're thinking that that happiness, the so-called happiness, is a real happiness. That happiness through a partner, which comes through the matter, is a real happiness. So when small children come, they think that that is a happiness. They say that he's my product. What is this? He's my product. That means this I and mine is so deeply absorbed. That is a whole point why Lord Chaitanya was sitting there right next to the place where everyone would wash their feet. Because that person, he knows that he's a sannyasi, Prakashananda Saraswati. He knows all the Vedanta, he knows all the Upanishads, he knows everything. He knows this Saramsha, he thinks that Brahma Satya, Jagan Nimitya, he's in that particular state. The impersonistic philosophy is so much, he is absorbed in so much of that consciousness, so much dwelling on the Vyakarana, not to the person, but dwelling on so much to the Vyakarana. That means to change that person's heart, Lord has to do something special. That special is utmost humility. Through that utmost humility, they attract their hearts. Dear devotees, if you closely observe, the persons who are really preaching, they should be very humble, should be very down to earth. They should put their hands down, even though they are giving higher truth. They should put their hands down and then tell, please accept. Bakshish, bakshish. They should do bakshish. Actually, everyone should go to them, but they go to the others. Because this material world is very contaminated. This material world is filled with these dualities. This material world is filled with sensory gratification. That means something, if you're the thing which you are presenting is not shown, but it can be experienced on a certain level, means how pure that person should be. That's what exactly I see that in the life of Srila Prabhupada and the life of my spiritual master. They're so pure. They are not affected to this matter. They don't deal with this matter. Matter is matter. The body, which is matter, the body is part of the body is part of what? Matter and the soul. The soul has to be elevated. That means the soul should come out of this bodily plane. For example, winter is coming. The water will be cold in US. Now, what is our tapasya? Take cold shower. That is tapasya. At what time? 10 in the morning? No. 3:30 in the morning. You get up, take cold shower. Actually, you feel electric shock. Actually, it's a rejuvenating. I will miss those experiences. Because I'm in India, I don't get cold water. So it's a rejuvenating experience. It's a jolt. Electric current will pass through your body. You get activated in very quick moments. What is that? That tapasya one should do. Tapodivyam putrakayana sattva. Because we are not this. We feel that we are this, but we are not this. Because the soul has a higher experience. So what Saraswati, Mother Saraswati came in his consciousness, and then she's trying to tell him about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his beautiful qualities. That Mother Saraswati, she told in his dream. Dream means he's sleeping. The body is sleeping, but the consciousness is working. The consciousness is active. Body is taking rest. The consciousness is thinking. Is it not possible? It is possible. Now, that itself is the proof that the subtle body is actually working, that mind, intelligence, false ego, they're actually working behind that. That means we have this subtle body, dear devotees. Through that, the soul is actually experiencing that. That means this body will go to that particular destination. That means in the body might be in India, the body can go to New Vrindavan and then he would meet a Vaishnava there. The body can go to some other place, he would meet another pure devotee there. How are these things happening? Because Bhaswati Matis was asking this. How are these things? I see my family members coming. How are these things happening? Because we think about them in the day. As simple as that. Very practical, right? For example, if a person is thinking about a woman, that woman will come in the dream. Then he'll experience that happiness through that woman. It's a very practical thing. Likewise, if a person is actually thinking about Vaishnavas, thinking about the Lord, they will come in the dream. Because what is he doing? This person is really, really churning his heart. He's really putting his strength. Oh, I experienced that in the morning also. Yesterday, all day, I was thinking about an aspect which we discussed in the evening. What was that aspect? How fear takes away our real Krishna consciousness. How is this fear? Fear of not having money, fear of not having relation, fear of not having children, fear of not having name fame, fear of not having receiving appreciations, fear of not having anything else. What is all these things? And how this fear is actually helping, not helping, how this fear is actually taking us away to understand Krishna consciousness, to experience Krishna consciousness. That exact thing came in the night. It's not a dream. It's a conversation. It happens, dear devotee. It happens. Because on a subtle level, there is a subtle body which is actually working. Just like you might see a tiger, proper says, you might see a tiger devouring us in the dream. The moment you wake up, you understand that, oh, I'm not in dream. Oh, thank God it is dream. But no, that experience has already happened. That means you have experienced that. Likewise, you will experience another close association in your sleep. That is, you are experiencing that subtle body. I remember when I was a child, my grandmother used to tell, you know what, if you don't drink enough water in the evening, your soul will go somewhere and then it will drink some filthy water and then come. That is the whole point. The moment you get up in the morning, your mouth will be filthy. That's how she could connect that. No, I don't know whether the soul will go and then drink the water there, but that is possible. She might have been told just that the children would has to drink water, because that is good. Just to bring up that habit, she might have brought out that aspect. But subtle consciousness will work. We are not matter. Who said we are matter? We are not matter. We are not Stri. We are not Purush. We are not that. We are a powerful spirit soul, part and parcel of the Lord. And this soul comprises of mind, intelligence, and false ego. And when these things are purified, these mind, intelligence, and false ego, with this spiritual consciousness, where your mind and intelligence is fully purified and then the false ego is purely purified, transformed into real ego, through this one will go to the spiritual world. This is what the spiritual science is. This is not some kind of thing where it's all of a sudden you'll go. I remember my spiritual master telling, how is it all of a sudden you'll go to the spiritual world? Oh, you just continue, you'll go to the spiritual world. Oh, what is that? You're not trained, there's no shikshana. How you'll go there? Do you know what they do, what they eat, what they do, what how they sleep? You know what is their consciousness? Selflessness. If this selflessness is not there, where you'll go? You'll go nowhere. When a sadhaka is so much absorbed in selfish mentality, how this person can go to the spiritual world? No, no, no. Let me put something for me. Let me put in something for me. Let me do this something for me. Let me do that for me. Oh, oh yes, 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 yes. And then I'll go to the spiritual world. How is it possible? How do you think about this? It's true, right? Do you know what it is? When Brijvasis had the problem, they went to Krishna. They're not trying to solve through their own endeavor. They went to Krishna to solve that problem. The Indra was pouring torrential rains because he was not happy because they displeased him by not sending the offerings to him. He was furious. He was mad at Brijvasis. He's not seeing, up until this point of them, they gave me so much offering. He's not satisfied with that. Oh, why they stopped? They gave you for so many years. Aren't you happy with that? No, no, no. They should give me now. He was furious with them. Then what did Vrajavasis do? Selflessly, they depend on the mercy of the Lord. That means, is this dependency not possible? Yes, it is possible through the star, through the subtle level. My wife and I, we were discussing on this. Arey, she's telling children are not listening. Yes, we should depend more so that they will listen. If we don't depend, they will not listen. Why they should listen? What kind of relationship we have with them? They are also individual souls. You are also individual soul. There's a name tag that your mother and father. Now, why they should hear to us? Chitraketu Maharaj was a name tag. His son was a soul. He's a soul, part and parcel of the Lord. Now, when the son died, everyone started crying. Then when Arshashoka came back again, immediately told, "Oh, my dear father, why are you crying like this?" Then he did not say. Then he's asking, "Oh, my son." Then he started telling, "Which son? Whose son you're talking about? Who are you, my dear Chitraketu Maharaj? Who are you?" Then he understood. That means every person will get this realization at some point of the time in their life. We see about parents, we see our grandparents, we have seen when we were a child, where are they now? Where did they go? Do they come back again? Just be watchful. He might be your son or a daughter. But we don't know. Our grandfathers, great grandfathers, they will be coming as our sons or our fathers or our his daughters. We don't know. They are doing their own journey. When will we understand this? When we come to the plane of selflessness, we have to come to the plane. Nothing mine. कुछ भी नहीं है इधर. We have to realize that. Actually, this realization is very difficult. That's the whole point. The Shravana, if it is not heard through a relation, one cannot release that. One cannot experience that. Because relationship is only built or developed when one is applying the truth in his life for their pleasure. Up until that point of time, we will all speak theory. We'll all understand. I'm talking to myself also. We'll all just speak some theory. Some words will come from the mouth, thinking that that is the inspiration from the Paramatma. Should go more, should go deeper. Why is this body why is this mind or my senses, why are they telling me to enjoy certain thing? That means the mind is still in this particular state, the state of bodily consciousness. That means it is thinking, it is trying to get some happiness, it is trying to experience the happiness through this body. And why the mind is not trying to get the experience through the process of Shavana, through the process of Kirtana, when chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is there, why the mind is not absorbed in that? Why it wants to check the time? Why it wants to go here, go there? Why it wants to open the cell phone? Why? Because the mind is not happy with that. It's a very clear indication. Mind is not happy. Mind is not satisfied with that. Then where is the problem? Bodily consciousness. It's our bodily consciousness. It's our bodily mentality. That is the problem. Dear devotees, there is so much in Krishna consciousness. So much. The more you think, the more you understand. The more you think that you'll understand, I know nothing. Wow. Really, dear devotee, I know nothing. Because why am I telling that is, even after assessing or thinking this in unlimited way, still the mind will tell us to enjoy the material plane. You know, still the mind will tell. If the sadhaka's intelligence is not fixed up with the lotus feet of the Guru and the Spirit, Guru and the Lord, then mind will go and enjoy that. Very simple. As simple as that. That means if the intelligence has to be fixed up in Guru Sadhu Shastra, that means how much relationship he has to cultivate on that. This is not like you just sit for some time, do some meditation and then, ho gaya. No. That's a cheating, materialistic cheating through impersonalistic way of giving the truth. This world is a place of cheater and to be cheated. Two things only happen. One person will cheat, other person is cheated. Nothing more. This material, this kuch bhi nahi hai actually. There's nothing here. What is there is false ego is there. That means Lord has given this matter and then he said, no, go and enjoy whatever you want. I am out of this. Because the Lord is aloof. त्रिविधम नरकस्येदम धारम नाशनम आत्मना काम क्रोध तथा लोभ तस्माद् एतं त्रयं त्यजेत. Krishna is telling, give up this kama, krodha, lova, tasmad etam trayam tajet. You give up this now, you'll understand the truth now. Just like Arjuna, he gave up at that moment only. This is a beauty because pure devotee is always looking for that truth. Pure devotee is not looking for anything else. His consciousness is fixed up in that plane only. He will not see anything else. Anything which is connected to this matter, our intelligence will be dragged down. Please understand. Mind is they're like a foxes. They're like foxes. They take away everything. All the intelligence is gone. And after the entire thing, entire drama which is happening, after that mind will tell, oh, what's happening? What did I do? Where did I went? What is my situation now? Bewildered. A state of bewilderment. That's why to address all of that, submission. Just like what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done in this paragraph, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. He kept all of his things aside. He just followed what his spiritual master told. Wow. What a nectar is that, dear? What a blessing is that? Is that this is the essence of everything actually. But to come to that state, after that state, Krishna consciousness begins. Please understand. Tapo divyam putrakayana sattva. Tapasya, real tapasya is this. Striving to follow the words of the acharyas. You just meditate on that. Dear what if you think further on that dream? Think about it. You're sleeping and you're thinking. That means your body is not working. Your body is flat, lying on the floor. But your consciousness is working. It works. And then if your consciousness is even more further, generally most of the why people don't remember what happened in the what happened in the dream is their consciousness is not present there. That means unconsciously also is trying to go to so many places. If he's fully present in the consciousness, he'll remember everything. He'll because he's there. But he doesn't want to, he's not there right now because he's in an unconscious state. That means he's there, but he's not there. But if he's really there, dear devotees, you know what happens if he's really there? He'll experience every nitty-gritty details in that. That's the beauty in the process. That means there's a subtle plane which is working, there's a gross plane, which is this body, there's a subtle plane which is working, and then there is a soul plane, which is even more deeper experience. That means you are fully free from all of these things. You experience that. For that, when we actually begin working on all these things, then we can experience that. That means we are not on this bodily plane, we're working on the consciousness plane. Then the soul plane is established. In the soul plane, the sadhaka connects with the Supreme Lord. Where he connects with the Supreme Lord. It's a form of Paramatma. This is on a soul plane because the pure soul now is fully devoid of all these things. We see Srila Prabhupada telling that multiple times. When devotees did a program in San Francisco, not many came to that program. And then after the program was finished, Prabhupada came, he spoke, he did Sankirtan. After that, he gave the discourse and then he left. And then they went to Prabhupada's room and started telling Swamiji, I'm very sorry. We couldn't bring so many guests. Prabhupada says, no, a lot of people came. Narduni also came. You didn't see? You didn't experience? They came. Why? But that person can experience. Because he's in that plane, the plane of soul. If a person is on the soul level, that he can see everyone who's there on the subtle, who came with the subtle body, he can also see who are there in the gross body. Because he's on a higher level. That is possible. They are here only, but they can experience that. That comes from purity. We should give up sense gratification completely. Speculation completely. Whoever speculate, they don't understand. Very, very important. If there is speculation in one's life, cannot understand. There is no speculation. We are free from sense gratification. Then we understand. Then we accept their words as our life and soul. Because we are also experiencing that. This consciousness works, dear devotees. Very, very important. It works. I'll tell another example and then wind off. Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, when he was about to leave his body in about a week or so, in he's sleeping, but in the consciousness, he's doing arti to the Lord. He's actually sleeping. He's sleeping only. He's on the soul plane. He's doing arti, chamara. Works weird out. It is there. One can experience that. It should go deeper. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted everything as is, we should also accept everything as is. And then you'll see the show. Otherwise, we will not see the show. For example, if I'm attached to this matter, that means what is happening? The body and soul is coming to the matter. The body and soul is not elevated to the soul plane. Rather, the body and soul is degraded to this matter. This matter is disgusting. Punarapi janaram, punarapi maranam, jatare sairam. Chewing punah punah charvita charvina. I'm just chewing up the chew, chewing up the chew. The same thing we are chewing. Different bodies only. That's the same thing. Aharanidra bhayamajana, same thing. That is through matter. Has to cross that. Should elevate, go to the state of subtle, go to the subtle plane. Consciousness. That is a whole point we are giving training, we are discussing on consciousness only. We don't discuss on physical services. Physical services, anyone can do. Anyone can train him. Or do this, Baba, do some book distribution. Oh, you're training on the consciousness. You should know how we have to do all of these things. Consciousness is important because we should come to that plane. Because in that plane only, you realize yourself as this, not this body, you're a spirit soul. Then you realize that your wife, she's also a spirit soul. She's not my enjoyment. She's not there for my enjoyment. Or someone else, he's not there for my enjoyment. They're spirit soul. I cannot cheat them. If I cheat them, Krishna is watching, then he will cut off everything. When will the Hrudaya Granthi will be removed? It has to be removed from the Hrudaya Granthi. Dear devotees, the Hrudaya Granthi is in the consciousness, the knot is in the consciousness. That has to be removed. If I'm fixed up in this body or soul, or if I'm fixed up in the matter, then how can I experience that? Sometimes body, sometimes matter, sometimes soul, sometimes matter, sometimes there's so many other things. One has to come to that state. Whatever he's doing, he should do it with full consciousness. Ah. That means when he deals with the matter, he deals with consciousness. If somebody gives you sweet prasad, if you don't eat, respect, take that. Respect, full respect. Give it to others. Over. Over. Respect. If not, reject. I had. Hey, fools, I don't eat sweets. Reject. No. Accept. Why he should give to us? He's a great soul. He's giving me great soul. Respect, respect. Then you respect the person, give it to others. That's it. Just like Haridas Thakur, he respected that prostitute. She came, oh, hold on, we will enjoy. Don't worry. I have to finish my rounds. He respected her and he chanted the Hare Krishna Maha mantra. In 3 days, her consciousness, he changed, he elevated her from bodily state. She came half naked to the devotees. She didn't come with all the clothes, no. She came half naked, dead of a night, half naked woman, very young. Haridas Thakur. Look at his state of consciousness. He elevated her from bodily state to this subtle consciousness, to the soul plane. Then she experienced that joy. She gave up everything. She wore white dress and then became a mendicant. Hari Bol. This is beauty, dear about it. The process of Krishna consciousness is something astonishing. For this, we have to think about this. We have to come to that state. This is our tapasya. Churning, thinking more, assessing more, analyzing. What is this matter? It's a dead matter. There is nothing in this dead matter. Should be convinced with that. When you are experiencing that subtle state, subtle consciousness, you're feeling that this consciousness is what is giving me happiness. I'll tell you something. If you are in that state of consciousness, if you are in the state of subtle consciousness, your chanting will improve so much because you'll be so absorbed in that. Because you're not wondering on this matter, but you're looking to that consciousness. You're trying to think about the holy names. You're trying to meditate on that. Through that meditation, you'll remember what the spiritual master is giving. You'll give that credits back to them. You'll be grateful to them. All of these things will happen through the chanting of Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, I'm not telling something just like that. So those are experiences. Those are the experiences. These things are not there in this purport. But this, by reading this purport, this is experiencing. This is the experience which I'm sharing. That with what attitude we should take this process. This is a gift to my spiritual master gift. That's why I owe him. My Shiksha Guru, he gave this gift of trying to go through in the consciousness level. This is the greatest gift he gave. So just by remembering them, we can access all of those things. He's actually there with me. He's there. He is speaking. I'm not speaking. He's speaking. His words, his consciousness, his love, affection. We should be so much connected to those personalities. That means every day is a yatra, Vrindavan yatra for us. Every day is a yatra. Every day is a Vrindavan yatra. Every day it takes us to Vrindavan. Consciousness, and the consciousness plane, it takes us. I don't have any desire to go anywhere. Just simply be absorbed. Just sit, do what service is telling, assess the consciousness, move forward, read Prabhupada books, assess more, share, discuss, understand, and be happy. Prabhupada gives us everything. We don't have to go anywhere. Everything here. That means that yatra is giving us that yatra every day, every moment. Moment by that means I remember spiritual master telling, if you are not conscious moment by moment, you cannot take this process. That means moment by moment there is a clash should come in our heart, moment by moment. Every moment, when you see something astonishing should come from the heart. Some experience you should gain from the heart. That's possible. That comes. All we need to do is first thing is just like how Vrijavasis did that service of approaching the Lord. You should also exactly be like that, innocent child. Then we'll get so much blessings through this. Hare. I'll stop here. Dear devotees, thank you. If I caused any inconvenience, please excuse me. Anyone has any questions, would like to add anything? Hare Krishna. So this science of entering into the subtle plane, subtle consciousness is very, very important. For example, if I'm fixed up on something, let's say I have some grudge on a devotee or someone else, then I'm fixed in that state. Matter. What is that grudge? Matter. What am I dealing with? I'm dealing with matter. Oh, he didn't give me that. Let me have grudge on him. What is that? I'm connecting through matter. That means what is happening? The body and mind is being degraded to the matter because the body and mind is trying to get happiness through the matter. For example, somebody removed us from the job. We feel dejected. Why? Because we're connected to this matter. We don't see that as an arrangement of the Lord. That is the whole point. Lord will not give us difficulties. Why Lord will not give us difficulties? This is the whole reason. Because we go against Him. Oh, naturally, if something has to happen as per karmic reaction, it will happen. All of these things have to be assessed. Elevation to one state, not degrading our consciousness. We have to work on consciousness. Because dear devotee, at the time of death, the consciousness is what is working. It's not this body. It's not body was working. The consciousness was working. They're just using this body as a best bargain. They're just maintaining this body because the consciousness has to work. That means we eat only that much so that our consciousness is working. That means if we eat too much, then we will sleep. That means because body has to rest. Because if I'm eating more. But if we eat what we are supposed to eat, and then be happy, be absorbed in Krishna consciousness, then what? Wow. That's the whole point why sadhus eat only once. And my spiritual master eats only once a day. It's important because rest of the time it's absorption, services, absorption, consciousness, learning through different discussions. Ah, it's a beauty, dear devotees. It's a beautiful part. We learn through a lot of things from children, dear devotees. Today I'll tell you something and then I'll stop. I was sitting in UKG for like 10 minutes. And then the children were coming. Sankirtana was there right next to me. I'm taking her to the school for like half hour or 1 hour. She's right next to me. And then one child came. And then he is asking me where are the students? I was there in the class. He's not connected to me. He's telling where are the students? Where are my friends? I said, your friends are in the first room, you can go there. Then I understood that one thing. Even frequencies, they match because they all have same age. They're friends, they see each other every day. There's a match. I came on just that day. It's no match. There's a difference. There's no match, right? There's this difference. Likewise, dear devotees, when our consciousness is in the right state, you'll see everything great. But when the consciousness is no match, and there's a distortion. So the child was pacified when he would see his friends. Likewise, our consciousness can only be pacified when it comes to Krishna consciousness. Up until that point of time, it's a struggle. And then the moment the child would go to that room, he's happy. Just like the moment we become Krishna conscious, we are happy. I was just thinking how beautiful this Krishna consciousness is. That means at every moment there is an opportunity for us. Oh, the child is connected to that. That means the jiva is also should also be connected to something. What is that something? When we think about that, you get a solution. How come the jiva is connected to that? How come the child is connected to his friends? Why I don't feel connected here in this world? Because we are not connected to the whole. You see, that simple child thing can learn so many lessons. He gave, immediately he left. I was just thinking, oh, that's a beautiful thing. So we experience Krishna consciousness through practicalities in this world. That's what we have to analyze and experience. And you keep that in the heart and then think about that more you'll get. Hare Krishna. Thank you. I think I have to leave because it's already too late for me. Thank you all very much. We'll continue the discussion tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the wonderful class to focus on the soul platform instead of the bodily platform. Very wonderful message. We need to internalize every day. Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We can sing a bhajan to worship Lord Krishna and Radharani in Vrindavan. This bhajan is in Braja Bhasha. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. पावन राधे तेरो नाम, पावन श्री वृंदावन धाम. पावन राधे तेरो नाम, पावन श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय श्यामा, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय श्यामा, जय जय श्यामा, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. पावन राधे तेरो नाम, पावन श्री वृंदावन धाम. पावन राधे तेरो नाम, पावन श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Translation. Glories and victory to Radha, glories and victory to Shyam, Krishna who's of dark complexion. Sing out the praise, their beautiful and holy land of Vrindavan. Hey Radha, your name is pure and holy. Pure and holy is your beautiful Vrindavan. Glories and victory to Shyama, Radha, a glowing young girl. Glories and victory to Shyam. Sing out and praise their beautiful and sacred land of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Radha Krishna ki jai. Thank you so much for the opportunity.